Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. You're looking at an Android smartwatch, an amazing watch in here. This is called the DM28, and you think you may have seen it before? You have, definitely. It's also known as the LEM13. As the DM28 4G sports smartwatch, you can pick it up at a really good price from TomTop, which is why we're showing it to you today. A big shout out to TomTop for sending this one out. You're going to learn about it today, and I think you're probably going to want to pick one up because there's been some enhancements from what we saw in the original LEM13. What's it got inside of it? Let's take a look at the spec sheet. I know you guys love my paper. 1.6-inch touch screen. It's a large memory, they say, camera, independent phone calling with the GSM SIM that you put into it. It'll support 4G and fall down to 3 or 2G. You've got GPS, all of the other factors in it. It's tethers to the iWatch 2, just like all Android smartwatches. And like all Android smartwatches, it supports SIM-based calling and texting, not Bluetooth tethering to a phone. You can't get that anymore in the Android watches 7 and higher. Here's all the network levels that are supported. It's still using the MT6739 quad-core processor with 3 gigabytes of RAM on board, 32 gigabytes of storage. The largest they come at so far. A bump up is coming later in the year, but for right now, that's what we're looking at in these watches. 400 by 400 pixel, nice and sharp, multi-touch screen. It's got 8 megapixel rear camera and a 2 megapixel front one for doing video conferencing and such. You've got Wi-Fi support, GPS, all the other features here, and some specifics on its size and weight and whatnot. And let's get into it. When you pop it out of its furry little container here, you've got a basic band on a really nice watch. It's removable bands on this one, heart rate sensor right there, and otherwise smooth back without even a charging area on it. In fact, to get to the charging area, you got to be a bit creative and open it, which opens, Mr. Ticks, you have it upside down, which opens like that. Yeah, you want to make sure you got it the right way. Charging area, you take 2 screws out, you can put a nano SIM card in here. There is a camera that faces forward when you're looking at the watch. You'll see all that. And then a forward-facing camera that looks at you, when you're looking at it. And that, of course, will work on your arm when it's down like that, too. Got the speaker on the side. Microphone over here, 2 buttons, really solid build to the thing. Very nice watch. In addition, you've got a little box here. Inside the box is the charging head, which is on a little T connector with, of course, USB for charging. And again, you have to open it up from the side with the camera, and then you attach it over here, and it's even got a guide pin, if you can see that on there, that goes into the hole, if you can see that there, and you just plug it in and charge it. It's not really strong. It's not going to hold the watch. Oh, it is. Wow, stronger than I thought, barely. But it will land in here. It tends to lean over, so when you charge it, make sure you've got it straight, and it doesn't do this when you go to plug it in, okay? And that way you'll make sure you get a good overnight's charge on it if you do it overnight. You've got a little screwdriver that you can use to take the SIM cover screws off, and it's a really good seal. So I won't call it waterproof. Don't dunk it in water, but it definitely, with this extra thing that closes, the back of it's sealed really nicely. You're not going to see any sweat coming into the watch, using it for working out. And before we leave the box, we've got the user's manual inside of here. And it's generic. It's not saying what brand it is. So, look at that. We got it stuck with a screen protector too, if you want to add that. So it's probably the same manual that we used in the review of the LM13. You can go back and check that. If not, then maybe it'll have a little bit more stuff. They talk about downloading the APK and tethering this to your phone. It's an English manual, it looks like. Well, yeah, but I don't think it's Chinese too. Yeah, it is on the other side. Okay. Okay, well, not a whole lot to it. Freeze frame any of the pages if you need to read up on it. And otherwise, well, let's see what it does. One of these is the DM28 and the other is the LEM13. And you have to tell the difference. Maybe if we turn them on, it'll be easier. Press the red button once, hold it down, give it a moment, and... okay, it starts speeding up. Oh, this one flashed. That's the only difference so far. Quick little flash before booting. You see any color difference, hue difference in the screens? Anything in the viewing angle? No, they look pretty much the same. How about the sound when it... Oh, they both make the same sound. This one is a tiny fraction of a second faster, but the boot up logo is the same. Wow, they, for all practical purposes, appear to be the same watch. Different ones are closer, different moments. Okay, the one on the left came up just a little bit faster than the one on the right, but I mean just a tiny, tiny bit different. They're the same watch, folks. They're exactly the same design, same components. They're just manufactured and marketed under different labels, that's all. And so what I'm going to do today is show you some of the features of the of the DM. I don't know. One thing I know is I put a different watch face on here. This is one of Alrod's faces, and this is his newest creation. And that lives right now on the DM28. He's got an exercise watch face for you with the invisible walking shoes. This one doesn't have that, so that's the LEM13. So let's focus on this one, since this is the one we're featuring today. And why would you want this one? Comparing the two? Price. Yeah, price. Remember? It's really a good price at under $130 in flash sale, I believe, right now. But check, we have a coupon if it isn't, bring it down even lower, I hope. Really, really good price on the DM28, identical otherwise. Now, when you open it up, wow, look at that, it went off. Well, the LEM13, there we go. I must have pushed a button at the same time. The LEM13 does that. It makes a sound, but it's switched over to the camera. What's going on? This is... Okay, now it's switching over to the camera. Why is it acting so weird? No sound, then sound and just the steps, and then the camera. What do you think it'll do if I do it a fourth time? Okay, it's settled down, that's my thumb, by the way, to doing the camera. And one of the things that's going on has to do with something new that you're going to find in settings. When you go into settings and you go into display, if you remember before when we reviewed the LEM13, please go and watch that review. It's going to cover everything. We had these three things, but that was it. Now I've got something called flip over camera and flip tip. What the heck are those? Good question. Flip open camera should be that when you pull it up, it will flip to the camera when you flip it over. Flip tip, I have not figured that one out yet, but they were both on. So I'm turning them off right now, and I'm going to show you that now from this page, if I open it, no sound, no camera. Try it again, huh? No sound, no camera? Whoa. Okay, wait a minute. What happens if we turn that flip tip thing back on? Just that one, but not the other one. Come out of here, back to a watch face. You ready? What do you think? I do too, but we'll see. There's the sound. They have put an on-off on the sound and an on-off on whether or not you want the camera to automatically go on, and it's built into the settings with a firmware update. So there's a good reason for the DT28 if you really don't like that annoying sound on, but you do want to be able to flip it into the camera and quietly take pictures. And there you go. Now it's working. But wait, Mr. Tix, you say? They're identical, right? Well, there's sometimes firmware differences. Prove it to me. All right, I will. We're going to come over here to the LEM13. I'm going to come down here to settings, and I'm going to show you. Now, look at the LEM13 review, and remember, when I hit display, there were only 3 items. What? What? They are in here. There's been a firmware update to the LEM13. And we got the same thing. So I can finally turn off the annoying sound. It's supposed to go into the camera. There. And remember on this one I had a couple of different cameras and I didn't select it permanently so I could choose camcorder or HD camera. There was a big discussion on that. Please watch the review of the LEM13. All that's covered. But we have it now. We've got the sound. Yes, it is the LEM13. I'm going to go in here to settings. I'm going to come all the way down to about the watch, and I'm going to show you model LEM13. And I'm going to come over here. I'm going to go to settings. I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to show you about the watch, and I'm going to prove it to you that it's the DM28. And just in case you're curious, there's the build number, and here's the build number on this one. So the good news is no matter which one of these you have bought, will buy, or are thinking of buying, you now have the ability to specify what's going to happen when you lift it, whether it's going to stay the way it is or go into a camera. And you have that ability to silence that obnoxious sound that was no way that we could turn it off from before. So all of a sudden, both watches have gone way up in esteem as far as I'm concerned. Now, why would you want to turn the camera on automatically when you lift it? Well, let me show you something I've added to this one since I've been playing with it. And it would work perfectly on this one as well. I've got a camera app set up so that the moment I lift it, well, if I complete it using the HD camera, and if I said always, it would do this always. So just know that. But I keep going back and forth. So I'm going to hit just once. So it's going to go into it right now. But watch what it does. It turned it sideways. It put it in video, and it's live recording right now. And whatever I do, whatever I say is going to be recording just by lifting it. And if it's the only camera specified, it'll go right into it. And when I'm done, I just close it, and it's saved that video file. Then I could go back, go into my gallery, and lo and behold, it should be right here. It put it in video, and it's live recording right now. And whatever I do, whatever I say is going to be recording just by lifting it. And if it's the only camera specified, it'll go right into it. And when I'm done, you hear me go and close it. Now, I know the volume's different. It's on the side, and I'm a boisterous voice, and I'm right on top of the camera. So don't let the indication of the sound difference make you think it's like really, really soft. It's pretty darn loud. It's just, yeah, you're dealing with two different sound sources here. But I hope you were able to hear it and see the video that just simply lifting it and setting it for HD camera to be always on, each time it's automatically going to go into record. So that's one of the benefits of downloading that particular app. If you want to, and you're walking down the street and you see something happen and you want to catch it and you don't want to fiddle with it trying to figure out how to get to it, you can install that in either of these and be on your way with a little recording right on your wrist. The course can be transferred many different ways to your computer with the charging wire, with something like AirDroid over Wi-Fi, whatever you like. And then you can upload it to wherever you want from there. So really, really neat addition in the camera support on both of these watches and how it's handling the lifting with the screen, and of course putting in a third camera app so you can automatically go into video recording. That's about all I want to say about this, because everything else is in the video on the LEM13. We've really done a thorough and deep job of just about everything. The fitness apps are the same. They're not integrated with GPS. We're hoping to see that in a future update. We talk about that in this review somewhat. And everything else, battery size, all of it's the same. So for a little bit of money, and I mean a little bit, we're looking at a really seriously nice Android watch with a lifting and rotating head on it for under $130 from TomTop. These guys are about the only ones I've seen carrying the DM28, so a good buying source for you, and good customer for us, and good supporter of our channel. So we highly encourage you to use the link below if you'd like to pick it up. Any questions, put them in the show notes. We'll see if we can get to them, and other people, feel free to jump in and answer anything you know the answer to, because we got a lot going on here at the channel, doing new reviews and keeping up with the already published ones. Thanks again for being here, everybody, your subscription, your support, and we will see you again soon. Lots coming up for the fall, winter buying season, that's for sure.